Hey guys, it's David, and this is for Module 3, Knowing Your Business. And the concept I'd like to talk about today is sharing your work, sharing your processes, sharing with other people, letting other people know what you're doing, and look at other people's work as well to see if they can get some insight into what you're doing and make it better. Now, that's kind of what you guys are doing by sharing your thoughts on Hack Hollywood in the discussion room. But, and actually, it's kind of funny because a lot of people I've noticed are very private. We've actually lost at least one, maybe two members because they posted something and someone said something about it, or reiterated it in another post or something like that. And they were like, I thought this was one person in particular, I thought this was a safe place. And, nothing, I still to this day, I don't understand exactly what they meant, because they did post it in a public forum. But obviously their desire for privacy, was very great. And they also thought that by sharing, I guess, what they were doing, and by me or anyone else talking about it, they thought that somehow that would infringe upon the success that they would have from, that activity, from what they're doing. And I think actually the opposite is true. If everyone keeps their stuff secret, then only if you get completely lucky and stumble onto something, magical and perfect, or maybe you're just really, really smarter than everyone else, like a Beethoven or something. But even then, somebody can't copy you. Even if you're Beethoven and you say, I came up with this sonata. Well, someone else could copy that sonata, by copying it down, but that doesn't give them the ability to come up with new pieces. So that's what I always kind of laugh. I've had friends that are writers, and they always tell you their ideas, like, okay, you promise not to tell anyone this. I'm like, yeah. Because, they think that everybody spends their time waiting to copy their ideas. And they never actually often get their ideas out because they're so scared of the idea being stolen. And I'm like, well, how do you expect to get this thing made if you don't tell anyone about it? And in the case of actors and with all of us, sharing is so great because it lets other people look at what you're doing and then improve upon it. I mean, my strength as a human is not necessarily coming up with new ideas. It's listening to someone else talk about something and immediately seeing all of the areas that it could be improved upon. And I think everybody's got their own strengths and weaknesses, and nobody's got the answer to everything. So, and nobody is going to be you anyway. So even if someone uses all of the ideas that you give them, and they don't come up with any ideas on their own, and they took all your ideas and used them, they're still not you. So it doesn't matter. I mean, they're going to have success on their own basis because of who they are, but they're not going to take your success from you. Okay. And I'm sure that your ideas are not going to get copied to such an extent that everyone is now doing it. Unless you're the first person that came up with the idea of sending out headshots to casting directors. And yeah, I guess whoever came up with that idea got ripped off because everyone does that now. And it really doesn't have much impact. But, I think you guys would agree that by letting a group of people look at what you're doing, it may be a little painful on your fragile ego, because people may say, hey, what about this? Or, even if someone says, oh, that's a dumb idea, okay, it hurts your feelings a little bit, but put it in context. I mean, first of all, when someone says something's dumb, you don't even know if they know what they're talking about, so who cares? And second of all, if they say they're dumb, it's a dumb idea, and then they can back it up because they know what they're talking about, don't get caught up in the language, okay? Some people get so caught up in the emotionality of things and the tone that other people use. Sure, some people could use a better tone, but try and filter out the tone and get to the meat. Like, is there something that you can learn and something that can be gained by their criticism? Because the person that can take their emotions out of it and listen to what someone has to say, even if it's, through colorful language, what have you, even if it's critical, they're probably